Turning back to the situation in Gaza, we're joined now by Tal Heinrich, spokesperson for the Israeli government. Tal, good to see you again. A lot to discuss, but first, I want to focus on Rafah and the ground offensive there. What can you tell us?
My pleasure to be joining you, Tracy, and I'm sending my prayers to the people in Kansas City impacted by this terrible shooting. Now, regarding what's happening in Rafah on the ground, my prime minister has ordered the military to prepare a strategic plan, an operational plan that will achieve two things in this southern city, city of terror, we should say. One is to eliminate the Hamas strongholds that we have there and dismantle the terror infrastructure that is all across the city, and also to make sure that we protect the civilians and ease the civilian suffering in that city, and that this plan will achieve these two things. We believe that it can be done because we've done this before, just like when we called on the residents of the northern parts of the Gaza Strip to evacuate, and then we progressed to operate more in the central parts of the Gaza Strip. Now, you have to understand that in Rafah, Hamas has 4 operational battalions. We're not going to leave these battalions untouched. We are seeking a total victory over this terrorist organization that invaded our country on October 7th, butchered, raped, mutilated, and stole our people.
Tal, tell us a little bit more, if you can at all, how you're helping those civilians in Rafah.
So the plan is still being drawn up at this very moment. We haven't yet publicly announced what we're going to do. Once we have something to share, we will share. But make sure that we will have a plan for that, because this is exactly what the Prime Minister had asked for. But regarding the unprecedented efforts that the IDF has taken so far in this war that we didn't start and we didn't want, we have plenty of them. We have secured humanitarian corridors for evacuation of the civilians from different parts of the Gaza Strip. We dropped millions of leaflets. We've made thousands, tens of thousands of phone calls, text messages, and we're telling the civilians exactly where and when to evacuate, which is something that no other military has done in modern urban warfare, because, you know, we're telling exactly where troops are going to operate. That surely takes out the element of surprise when you think of it on our end. But we want to make sure that civilians are not getting caught in the crossfire, which is exactly the opposite of what Hamas is trying to do. They wish to sacrifice the civilians of Gaza. They openly say it also in interview for the greater goal of obliterating the Jewish state. We will not let them achieve neither of these things.
Tal, I want to quickly talk about the hostages that were recently rescued. Any details that you can share with us about that operation? How are they doing? And what about the talks in Cairo? What happens next?
So Fernando and Luis were rescued in a very successful military operation in Rafah that we just talked about. That is, two more good reasons as of why we must operate in the city to eliminate Hamas and bring our stolen people back home. They are in a somewhat stable condition, we can say. These were very heartwarming images to see them reuniting with their families after more than 4 months in captivity. They did not see any sunlight. They lived off one piece of bread, a pita per day. So obviously they suffered malnutrition, and they have a long way ahead of them in terms of the mental and the physical process that they have to undergo now. We will not leave the other hostages behind. We're talking about 134 hostages, of which we believe around 100 are still alive. We know that the only thing that works against Hamas is heavy military pressure. This and the combination of the diplomatic avenue that you just mentioned, like the talks, for example, in Cairo, that would give us that might yield another framework which will see the release of more hostages. But it's only due to this combination. Now, so far, Hamas has presented delusional demands, as my prime minister called them. Secretary Blinken referred to their demands as non-starters. And we certainly hope that this will change, and we'll continue to hit them very hard on the ground for the time being.
Well, Tal, thank you so much. So much more we can talk about, but we're out of time. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.